same way if at all I'm giving a calls in the night or something.
Right, absolutely.
One second, I'm just pinging them.
Yes.
Done. So how to minimize this? Done. All right. So here are some stocks. This is a new one actually. I've been like checking charts. If at all you see this one, these are the number of stocks that I actually get if I scan only for from 17th of May from till 28th. So they're actually huge stocks. Like this, I get many number of stocks and I have to go through each and every stock and I have to find the best probable ones. What happens is when Jarvis gives, some calls might actually jump or some calls might not even come down. So we have to check the charts which have not jumped already, and then from then out of all this, like say every day minimum I get some 50 stocks, and from that 50-70 stocks I actually choose like 10-20 stocks, maybe 20-25 stocks. Some people give a direct message asking how can I actually get into so many stocks, and that is the reason why we take a best buy. We take a best buy because out of the 70 calls provided by Jarvis, we will again check few stocks, the most probable which we feel it is good, and then from then what we do is like we will take some 30 stocks and keep GTT orders, and we will enter in whichever stock which is written in under our name, like it says like if God says it is ours, then it will come for sure. So in likewise, whenever a call comes, then we will wait and then only we will come. There are some times when the call actually jumps. If you can see the stock here, you can see the stock here, the stock has been buzzing previously. Yeah. So the call was buzzing. I don't know. How do I minimize this, guys? Okay. So too many calls were coming, like sandwiches were coming actually at this particular 8th month of 2020, right? So too many calls were coming at this particular time, and I actually try to retrace, and this is what I have said. Just now Siddhant has given a stock, which is actually a sandwich call, and I'm actually waiting for a pullback. Someone has asked, like, if you see, what was that? IDFC? Hello, guys. Can you hear me? You
Yes,
can
sir.
just
Absolutely loud and
chat.
clear.
Yeah. Okay. You can just unmute and tell me. Okay. It is so silent that I can't even make out if I'm live or not.
At times it feels like as if we are talking to ourselves.
Okay. Yeah. So here someone has said, will the stock come to 38? And I said, like, the stock will come only if it is returned. That's the reason, because like sometimes, the sandwiches only when it comes back to its levels and tests and then go, then only we can actually suggest that stock, or we can, get some confidence that this stock has a potential up to 60 rupees. If the stock directly bursts up to even 48 or 50, the stock tends to come back again at the same momentum. So any stock, if it has to rise and if it has to sustain, you have to see that it will properly retest, it will do a consolidation, then only it will go up very smoothly. If the stock bursts all of a sudden, bum, then usually the same momentum, the stock tends to fall down in the same way. And that's the reason some things like we will say that the stock might come down, let's wait. That's the reason, like I see the volume, I see the price, how it moved up. Accordingly, I'll feel like okay, the stock has to come down, because it was a sudden rush of traders, mainly the weak hands, mainly the retailers who hear from here and there, this all of a sudden rush into the stock. They just buy no matter what's the price, because they have no clue. That's like these people will tend to have a strong feeling that they are here only to make money, like sure shot winners. They just have a, everything set, like this particular time, this much target, this much everything is set for them. And for those people, it is actually very hard. Whatever stock, whatever price is there, they just jump in. And when the stock actually bursts more than necessary, the stock usually tends to come down, because for the next 2 3 days, volume gets dried out. You understood what I said? So usually whenever there is a very huge volume, I don't say volume which is like, a little less, very huge volume, it usually tends to come back down. So this is what I meant by PNB has to come down back to 38 levels or something, so that we can actually believe in the stock and we can actually get into the stock. Otherwise, I really don't want to jump into the stock just because it is going up. So we have been talking about this stock. And if you see here, the same sandwiches came here, right? Maybe consider that, someone has come up with the stock somewhere here. PNB has been buzzed on at 203 or 20. Then my usually buying price will be at this price, which is 179. I don't say 179 just because the stock has touched it. I'm saying because there is already a dashed red lines, right? Accordingly, I'll feel this is the one. Or even if it touches super trend, I'm happy to buy it. Let it be this one, let it be this one. I'm ready to buy till there. Yeah. So no matter even if it is here, no matter even someone else comes and says me, you asked me to hold and the stock will come down, but the stock actually went up, I really don't care. Consider that someone talked the stock here and I will say I'll only buy somewhere here, 180, but the stock is already 198, 190. From 198 the stock can go to 250, then he will start to clap with his shoulders. They'll start to say like, I was right, I was right. But I always like to pick the stocks at the bottom. This is called as like risk to reward. Your risk has to be very less, it has to be defined, your stop loss has to be defined, then only you make entry. Don't try to make money at every stock at no matter what. It's called as fear of missing out. That's, usually tend to be, you will be on the wrong side, which is the weak hands, like retailers. What happens whenever the stock goes up, when the stock comes down, they will start to sell. These big red candles is nothing but the people who bought in this 4 or 5 days, they start to lose it. That's the reason the stock falls badly. The same thing, like when there is a sudden burst, the stock always, see here, there is a sudden burst, 2 candles, then you can see the whoever has bought here, the stock has actually come down. Understood? Now why, how can you say, how come this stock will fall only after this particular candle? That comes out of experience. I cannot tell each and every secret, but that's come out of experience, that the stock will fall or not. In the same way, these things cannot be actually taught in the classes, and that's the reason I'm actually trying to tell whoever is here. I just trying to tell what I go through. Like I have given a call on and say like, April 30 or May 3rd. So I'm going through each and every stock and I'll try to pick the stock. I mean, I'll try to tell you, which one hit the targets or which one didn't and what happened and what not, right? So this calls, we are actually talking of the April ending. Okay. So April ending, April 28th, April 30, somewhere around, I actually gave this stocks. I've actually given somewhere here to take this Zensar Tech. Isn't it? This is May 30, yeah. I'm sorry, this is May 30. These are the new stocks actually. We will talk only about the previous stocks, yeah. So Aegis Chem was given on the ending of April, right? Consider it as 30th or 28th or whatever it is, whenever the stock has come out after this, my best prices will be somewhere down. Okay. And everything that I say, they are defined. They, sometimes people ask me, where was your target? And I'll be like telling this is the target, but you might be seeing that the price has actually rejected exactly from there. And some people might even think he's just seeing the post charts and then, telling it, but no, my usual maximum analysis will be pivot, M1, MR1 and MR2. All right. So usually if someone asks me, if what's the target, my usual targets for PV stocks mostly will be from here to here. This is like, free shares for me. I buy somewhere near PV and then sell it off near R1. It will be somewhere around 8 to 10%, but whatever is there, that will be as my free shares. All right. So here the stock has come here and I might have told the best buy as either PV or EMA 21, and the usual targets will be R2. The stock might go even beyond this. Sometimes it does, but that depends on how it actually behaved previously. Some stocks which like Adani Power, I guess we took it at 55. The stock jumped to 64, then it went up to 120, 140. Those stocks go beyond MR1 for a reason, because you have to see the past performance accordingly. And sometimes, stocks like this, which are actually very dicey, see, it has huge volatility. The stock is going up, it's not sustaining, coming down, going up, coming down. These are the stocks which, it's better to sell it off at a price. You might be knowing a mean reversion. Every stock which goes far beyond from a mean value, it actually tends to get attracted to mean value. So some stocks can actually, we can lose them here and save our principal, keep the profit there, and when it comes back to the to the mean value, any mean value that you are actually following, you can actually buy the stock again. And this one, why I want to jump in this stock is because there has been a consolidation already. After this consolidation, this was only a push up, which consider as a smart people wants to push this stock away so that all the weak hands can just all go off. Like say that some shorts have this stock is not for shorts, but this is how the game is. So just think on that side as well. If there are any persons who are betting on the short side, that if they are selling here considering that stock will go to the previous support levels, their usual stop loss will be somewhere here. You can see there is a resistance here also. So consider this is the one. So what usually smart people does is they will push the stock beyond the zone, proving that we have a huge strength. And that is what happened in this green candle, right? And after this, I don't wait for a huge pullback. If considering, if at all I feel there is a consolidation, a big green candle, I might sometimes even take as a half of this candle also as a my entry, like say 50% I can enter at this point also, right? So accordingly, sometimes the buy entries will change because there are many people. I think Nitin is here, I don't know, but there are many doubts to many people that how come we can actually catch so many stocks that you are actually giving to us. He's not there, but it's fine, right? So in this way, we will actually see, if you see advanced enzymes, there has been already a big push up, and this is also a fresh highs. And I actually don't like too much of fresh highs. This stock, I could have taken an entry at R1, but not anywhere in the middle, because unexpectedly, if I buy somewhere here, if at all the stock pulls back like this, I don't want to take even that small, potential loss as well. So like that, you have to keep on changing. Like even as I said, you can keep a half of this, which will be also a retest of this one. And if the stock has to go very highs, like some people might say this has broken, and I don't believe for the stock to go from 420 to 600 or 800 or any levels, the stock just cannot go like this every candle. It cannot go, at least not in this month, it cannot go. So what it does is it will shake off some weak hands, then it will take some time, it will accumulate properly, then only the stock will start to move up. So we can actually have patience. We can either enter exactly at 420, which could be a good retest from 390, 385 to 420 is a retest zone. So you can start entering from 420, even if it falls down till pivot 388, you can actually keep on buying as long as it is falling for this stock. If at all we are thinking that the stock will go up to 600 or 700 levels. Otherwise, my usual targets is MR2. Even if I buy at this level, half level, 420 to 468, which is 10%, which makes sense for me. Otherwise, I'm off the stock. I really don't want to buy this stock as well, right? So Allsec, this is the stock which I have given here. The best buy will be pivot, and you can see the stock has come down and the stock has burst beyond MR2. You can see here the stock went up to MR2 and then came back to R1, tested it, then again went up. It can go up to MR3 or MR4 also. But if the next month comes and if it touches my pivot level again, it can go up to R1 or R2 of the another month. This will be a little confusing to you because you might not be knowing the pivots and all, but it doesn't matter. All I want you to see is like, how the calls are generated and how you are supposed to wait. Because out of like 10-15 stocks today, also someone directly messaged if I'll do a paid version, where I can give 100% calls, which is not actually possible even in my portfolio or in any portfolio, right? So all the times there will be pullbacks, which you have to actually, like, if at all you saw some Dow theory, always the stock will go in zigzag. It will never go in one way like this. This happens very rarely. There will be some smart chaps who will suggest the stock here, and they will, keep on clapping with their shoulders in this zone. But the consistency will drop very badly. Like, if this is a game of probability, and if you want to play stocks like this which will buzz 20-30% within 2-3 days or 4 days, trust me, your lifetime in the stock market will be very small. Not because someone will kick you out, but you yourself will kick yourself out of the stock market in a less time, because you will erode your capital in a small time. All you have to do is that you must try to repeat the system, trust in pullbacks, follow what experienced people like Dow theory, or anything retracements or Fibonacci series actually tell you. Andhra Sugar was one stock which I actually wanted a pullback. I'm sorry, I'm actually waiting for a pullback in this particular stock. The stock has come here, and I really don't want to buy a stock which has actually bust. You can see in the same single candle 390 to almost 450, which is more than 10-12%, which I really don't want to buy on the next day just because the stock went up. I gave somewhere here, true, I accept, but I really don't buy in this. I really don't like. Now I always tell in the group, when the stock actually goes up by a lot, today that madam, I don't know, is this Ragini madam here? No. So there are some people who actually confidently tell the views on their stocks, but when they are in losing position, they'll tend to directly message asking what to do now. So no one knows clearly what the stock market is. And some people will tend to ask, when the stock buzzes like this, when they are at the weekly resistance levels like this, it is at weekly R1, and here the people want to buy. And when I have to buy here 415, 420, I can see the targets are very small. Unless this doesn't comes out, the next levels don't come out. I can't make out. I have coded in such a way that the R2 will come only if R1 is pierced out. Okay, so what I usually tend to tell in this group is, whenever a stock buzzes a lot, like say the stock went up like this, and someone has been watching the stock since the start of the momentum, and they are very desperate to buy the stock, the best suggestion I can give is, wait for a consolidation like this. The stock tried to pull down, by which hammer came, which said that this zone, they are not ready to go down below it. The stock came till here, touched the EMA, and it is at the previous rejection levels. This tends to be a better price. Like, I cannot say that just Sahavir or Jarvis told you, so the stock can never go down. But the only thing which I can do really is, I can calculate my risk, get in the stock, and the rest of the things will happen just because, by God's grace. I cannot tell, like, debt has fallen down, this has fallen down. No, I can't make out those reasons. Debt has fallen down at this particular candle as well, right? Debt has fallen down in this particular candle also, in this particular candle also. But our entry has to be proper, where the risk has to be calculated, and then only the entry has to be made. Once you make a proper entry, then you try to talk all the fancy talks like debt has fallen down, this has gone down, that has gone down, someone is buying. I really don't care. All I want now is my entry was keen, was neat, and I don't like, I don't even mind sticking into this stock. And since Abhi is in this thing, there has been some times when from the ship I actually told some Abhi is there. Okay, so there were times when I used to tell from ship Abhi to buy somewhere the stock somewhere in this particular prior times. And the best thing to do is, if you are buying a breakout, if the stock reverses, just lose the stock at cost to cost. Don't even hesitate to lose the stock. Now don't be a long-term buyer. Looking a breakout, you took a stock, and then don't try to think as a long-term buyer and think, okay, even if the stock falls by 30%, I don't mind. Imagine that 30% you can buy more number of shares. So what you can do at cost to cost, you can actually remove your stock. Once the stock, like say if I said that stop loss is this, once the stock goes down properly with a decisive close, keep your sell order here at the same entry levels, let it go. The stock will fall, you can buy again. You have plenty of time with EOD. This is not an intraday chart where you have to take decision. Your decisions will change every second. This is like you'll get ample time. No matter where you sit, even in the commode, while bathing, while sitting in puja room, or while meditation, or talking to someone, you will get the ideas. You can actually make a decision very neatly. You can lose the stock and buy again at the rejection levels which were there previously. Unexpectedly, if you have made a mistake, you can actually lose it, and when it comes back, you can actually enter. And this is what I want to see. Andhra Sugar stock was given somewhere on 28th or 29th April, but these are the times when I actually tend to buy. All right, these are usually the tricks which I actually tell to my students, like who are like very close to me or something. But I, instead of posting just that I told so the stock went up, what I wanted to do is go like this stock by stock and tell you. This might be some 20-30 stocks which will help you for sure. Yeah. So on month end, I actually gave the stock. On the next month pivot, the stock touched, and my targets are R1, or there are previous highs, so you can even take this previous high as your target as well. All right. Just like if suppose consider that two indicators are very nearby, when the stock is coming down, what I usually do is, instead of buying here, I'll tend to buy the indicator which is down. In the same way, when I'm trying to calculate the resistances, instead of calculating the R2 of this particular month, what I can do is that I know before there were rejections at this price. So I also know in this month also the rejections will be different. And that is what you can see. There has been huge sells here. Himanshu sir, if you remember what I told you a little while. So there is a reason for everything.
Yes.
For every volume bar, it is not blindly, a buy orders or something. Trust me, there is a big herd of people who have no clue what is actually happening. People will tend to give you call here, the stock will fall down, where I actually ask you to, actually beg or ask you to buy here. But when the stock goes again back here, they'll again start to clap that I told the stock here and went up. But what I suggest you is that have patience. Take everyone's call as a screener. Like anyone who suggests you a stock, just put your chart, look by your eye, where you're already used to that pattern, and then buy, calculating your risk. Don't buy just because volumes are there. All right. So even this stock as well, like, will you buy this? I will buy it after this super trend and this one pivot breaking out all of a sudden. I'll buy it. Even if you stake as this half of this big green candle. Half of this big green candle is usually taken up from currency trading actually. All right, this forex trading has a different one. Many people speak about price action trading, but they are actually confused. Price action trading doesn't work. Someone has asked me recently, Rishikesh has asked me. Rishikesh is there in this. He has been following the group since long time. I
Yes.
hope he, yeah. So Rishikesh has been asking, once he was telling some evening doji or something. I don't only really don't remember. If you see, even I have a back calendar which actually has all the candle patterns. Even I was like you, and in the first 3 months, even I did that mistake. But price action usually tend to work in forex trading, or even now in crypto trading, but not in equities. Equities is like, you have to see an overall picture like a painting. You have to see like a painting what is happening in the past. It did a consolidation and did a breakout. It will be a retest, and the stock will not even look back. That is how you have to actually see that it didn't go up just because a hammer has formed at this particular time. All right, because there are many hammers. There is an inverted hammer, but the stock didn't fall down, right? There has been an inverted hammer, but the stock didn't fall down. There are some inverted hammers where the stock fell down, but why it fell down here and why it didn't fall here has no clue. I mean, there is no calculation here itself. And that is the reason what I say is that chart is nothing but a painting. You have to see all over picture, what happened in the past, what has been in the last 3 months. Accordingly, you have to actually buy. There has been, if at all you have seen a double top formation, this is the single top and there is a double top. So this time I can't say, no matter what the fundamentals say or no matter who bought the stock, I'm happy to sell the stock here. And if it falls down back again, I'll buy it again. I don't mind. Just because I hold, I cannot speak only good about this stock, or just because I don't hold, I can't speak bad about this one. All I want is profit. That is all matters to me, or my wife, or my kids, or my parents, or something. What I take back to my kids, or like my family, that is what is most important than supporting or boasting Aravind stock, right? So hammers, dojis and all, I'm not saying that you completely reject that. I'm not saying that. There are some rules which I might tell sometime, but what I say is that you have to combine the whole picture. You have to change, do the modifications all the time, and then you have to do the decisions. That is all I'm actually telling. All right. So Uttam Sugar, again, I really don't buy, even if there was, this has been a breakout candle of the previous months, but still I'm not actually happy to buy this stock, because if one single mistake, if at all I buy at 130, and if the stock dips back to 100 or 110 levels, which is a fall of 20%, I really don't want to see. You might be saying like, we will be hardly putting 30,000, 40,000, but think as a, big players. If at all I give you 1,000 crores, and if I ask you, you have to put some 50 crores on one company, will you really buy the stock here? Or will you buy the stock here? Just because you are putting 5,000 rupees, you will be like, I'm putting, because this is a false false theory which has been taught to everyone, so that liquidity stays in the market. They tell, don't put more than 2%. Why? I'll tell you why. Because if I give you some 100 crores of one portfolio, and if I tell you put 1 crore in this stock, will you really buy it here? You'll never buy. You'll wait for the retest. But if I give you a 1 lakh or 5 lakhs portfolio, and if I tell you can put some 10, 20,000 in the stock, because don't put more than 2%. That is what I taught you. So don't put more than 2%, because I know that your whole 10 lakhs will be in the stock market itself. You will put 2% here, there, considering that you are on the safe side. But that doesn't work, because just because you put 2%, which is hardly 5,000 or 10,000 or 20,000 bucks, even if it falls by 20%, you'll say, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me, right? But if you put some 10 crores, 20 crores, you will make a valid decision with all the, proofs and theorems which you can actually prove. And that is what the biggies do. They'll put hundreds of crores, but they will tell you put only 2% of it, right or not? And that is where, if there is a risk, then only the money can be made. And that how you have to find is, the stock has been buzzing here, right? The stock, the Jarvis has given stock somewhere here. The stock, he didn't tell some in between here. He was buzzing here. Please buy me, please buy me, please buy me. He was buzzing here. Please buy me, please buy me, please buy me. So here are the times when, smart money will be actually putting the stock. They will push the stock, and then, all the crows will be talking. This stock is good, this is good, that is good. I told, that's why I ran. All nonsense they'll be, but they're good actually. If they are not there, you will not be able to sell here. Trust me, this market is designed in a very proper way, that they know that how big sharks have to survive, how important the small fishes are. See, if at all big money like 1,000 crores have entered here, they cannot exit here unless the crows are not alive. These, the newbies, the novices, the crows who actually support the stock and talk all the time in social media, that is the reason why biggies can actually exit at this particular moment of time. So even if I give a call here, if the stock is buzzing like badly, I really don't want to take the stock. All right. I really don't want to buy this stock. There is a stock which Simar and I have actually discussed this. There has been times when, there has been a huge consolidation where we were talking in this particular times. And in this times, the Jarvis doesn't, Jarvis is not so stupid that he will give a call when the stock is rising. He will tell only when the smart money are buying. So even if it is buzzing, we never thought of buying any time, because we know if at all it falls, we don't want to lose whatever we put here. We always want to buy somewhere here, right? That is what we actually want to do in every stock. Like in this, what we talked, even if the stock buzzed very badly, even if the stock has potential to go up to 300, 400 rupees, we really can't put money just because the stock is going up. That again will go to fear of missing out. There will be many times that, the stock might come down. This was a bad call. This was a very pure bad call. Some people might say, no, sir, from the time you have given, the stock actually went up to R2. So how can you say? Because, see, the stock didn't give a chance to me. So, it doesn't make sense. Just because I told, and I'll put some charts and tell, just because I told the stock went up, it doesn't make sense. It didn't give me a chance. And the stock was even, a bad call. I can see that from the chart. So we will wait for, the charts like this. We will wait for charts like this. I have given call somewhere here. We will wait for a consolidation. Then only we will try to buy, so that our stop loss or the risk will be very small and the targets will be huge. Here R2 is usually my targets, and this stock will spend some time, because there was a previous resistances. That's the reason the stock will test a little bit. The stock might come back to almost 1250 levels and might go up or might go down. But as long as my entry is proper near the pivot levels or anything, I'm actually safe. Since it has rejected for a long time, like 4 or 5 days, almost for 1 week, the stock has been in the consolidation phase. I'm happy to buy in the middle of this, keeping a stop loss below 5% below this. All right. So out of this 10 stocks, we got only 2 or 3 entries, right? And I'm happy for that. That is all enough for me. If I get very, out of 20 stocks, even if 5 entries have come, and if pakka that 5 calls will give me 10-20% returns, that is enough for me per month. All right. And this has been another stock. So out of last 10 stocks or something, we got only, this is the third entry, I guess. We gave in the month end, we have to wait till it touches the pivot price or the EMA 21, whatever you like. And the next month it touched the pivot and then it went beyond those levels. My target usually here will be safe levels. I mean, at this particular 115 levels, I'll remove my capital. I'll keep the other profit, it can fight for whatever it wants. From 95 to 115 or 120, I'm happy with that, because I'm trying to play in a consistent way. Now, some people might say you're so stupid that you want to take out your capital, just not knowing the fundamentals. Trust me, I was a fundamental guy. I'm not illiterate. I know what it is, but if you have to follow a process, if you have to make a consistent returns, you need to have rules. Men are made by rules, wars are made by rules, cities are built by rules. Whatever you want to build something big, that has to be laid with a foundation of rules, otherwise you can't actually sustain. And that is how I have formed. Beyond that, no matter how much it goes, I really don't matter. Maybe staying with Jarvis has been like just 1 year young. It's just 1 year old. I've created it in the last after the last crash. After the March crash, I wanted to find all the turnarounds. That's the reason I have created Jarvis. It's just 1 year old. Maybe if I date with this guy for almost maybe another 2-3 years, I might change my theorems or theories, and I might take another levels. See this here also, we have given in the month end. My entries will be usually at pivot. The stock has gone down. There was a previous low which can be my stop loss, or 10% below this my stop loss will be there. As long as the stock is here, I'm happy. If the stock goes down, then only I'll try to worry. Then I'll try to see if the stock has really gone loose, or if the stock wants to go up, or I'll see the weekly chart. If it is at resistance levels, accordingly I'll make decisions. If there is a smart money or not, I'll see many things, and then I'll make a decision if I have to lose it or not. In this particular case, I can hold as long as 2340 is holding. If the stock decisively closes below 2340, then again I'll try to exit at 2400. Understood. This is a different game. It is maybe it is hard, or maybe it is very easy. I might be telling if I might be marching towards a fool's paradise, which you already know, but this is how usually the game is played. This stock didn't buzz, but my risk is small. I'm very happy with that. Right. Sri Pipes is another good stock which I got an entry, and this one I don't even know if the stock will go up or not, because I'm not seeing any volumes, and there has been a previous huge resistance and huge sell-offs. There are people, I don't know who are these people, but there are they're not even allowing the price to sustain above it, and I'm still holding it. Let's see what will happen. Right. So like this, any stock that comes in our calls, all you need to do is wait for the best buy, at least near the best buy. If you are really want to enter, like I told, best buy, sometime I can tell best buy as exactly 335 levels, but the stock might come up to 35.5 and then go up. No one, even God cannot do a precise these things. He can't give precise gifts also. So we have to make a little changes. We have to look at the stock. You see the stock is not coming up to 35, so the next day you can actually wait for it with a hourly chart or something, and then you can actually make a little amendments and enter. So even this stock has actually given an entry. I can actually lose it easily on the R2 levels, which is enough for me. I don't mind if it goes to R3 or R4. If someone asks me what's your next target, it would be 52, but I don't want to really look for this. Abhi once asked me why you have actually left NACL. You have bought from 38, 40, I think 40. From 40, I actually left the stock at 50 or 48. He was asking me why you left. I left it because there was a this NACL weekly R2 levels.
NACL Industries.
Yeah, NACL Industries weekly R2 levels. This
Yes,
is what
yes.
I've taught. Like my target initially was 57, but it didn't even touch 57. It had a resistance of 57, which was nothing but a resistance of 50. So what I felt was the huge sellers were sitting here. And that's the reason the next time I actually didn't wait. I exited at 48 or 49 something. And that too, I was doing intraday. I just saw the chart and I felt okay, fuck it, lose this stock, no problem for me. So sometimes it happens, but doesn't matter. Precision is not important. Taking consistent money to home is more important than anything. And that's the reason I left this stock, NACL. So SPLIL was another beautiful stock. It has, oh, sorry, we talked about this because we were talking about this SPLIL with Simar. So Simons, you got another entry, right? Guys, did you understand what I'm saying? After calls, all I want is you have to wait for a pullback and then only enter. And if at all the stock is good, if it will go up, then you will get actually a good entries. I mean, good profits. Otherwise, it's okay, right? So out of these many calls, even if 20 percentage to 30 percentage actually give you a entry, then that will make much better profits than entering very soon and exiting very soon. We have given call here, our entry will be somewhere here 148. You can look back if I gave a 148 or if I have given something else. If you feel like you're just bullshitting, seeing the post chart and you're not talking about the current chart, you can always look back. That is the reason why I give you best buys. So you can see here the stock was waiting here, the stock pulled down, it came up to 148. In fact, it went down also, but the stock eventually went up to R2 or R3 levels. All right. So in this way, we will always put a GTT order at a pullback price, which I actually tell as a best buy. If it comes, it's good. If it doesn't come, it doesn't fine. So we were talking about PNB. Someone was asking if the stock will come down or not. The stock was at 100, right? My best buy will be 88, which is a fall of 10 to 12 percentage. Some might say, no, the stock broke, it retested. Now there is no comeback. Some might even draw some triangles and tell me, even if it goes up, I really don't mind. I want a pullback. I want a least risk entry. Then let it do whatever it wants. It wants to go Switzerland. It wants to go Punjab. It wants to go anywhere. Let it do anything. I don't mind, but it has to give me a safe entry. Then it is not a problem for me. All right. So in the same way, even this one, I like the Shemaru to enter at 90 rupees. Then the stock can, my usual exit will be 134, which is like huge, but the stock went really well. All I'll do is like, initially when I designed Jarvis, my full exit was at R2 levels. Then later, one more guru has taught me about free shares. Then I have made some changes. If you meet me after 6 months, maybe I'll make some more changes. So don't consider these as some Bible words or something, because no one has taught me these. I have made my own planet. I'm making, this whole world is running on my own rules, so I can change anytime, right? So there, the call was given somewhere in the month end. I wait for a pullback. Then the stock goes up to R2, R3 levels. I'm happy with it. My targets could be even this one, because there has been a previous resistance. Now the stock might come back, test this resistance. Even if I exit the stock at R2, the principal, with that principal, when it comes back, I'll enter again. All right. So we got almost 5 or 6 entries, right? This Reddington also, we got entry already in the early days itself. It took long time, but the stock eventually bust. Now, if you ask me, some smart people can ask me, what is the reason that you are like, I seriously don't know. This has been a time and tested strategies. I do analysis, I do some back testing. Everything that I do, I'll do a back test of the previous 6 months or 1 year. I'll try to do some tests with my actual money. If you have to know, in intraday, I have lost almost 55K in this particular month. So I do my tests and later I'll teach to other people. I do it for a cost, that there is a reason, because all the experiments have been done in with my own capital. And once to prove that the theory has been tested, then only I actually tend to tell others, and I actually try to take money. That there is a reason for that. All right. So even Reddington has given, this one has given an entry for us, and it has come back to entry. All right. Ramco Industries, like here, here when the stock actually came, my best buys will be somewhere around 249. But on the next month, based on the pivot, I'll change my theory. My pivots will change, and the pivots after, even if I get an entry, the stock went only up to R1 and came back. So what you will do here is I'll not try to lose this stock just because it is coming back at cost to cost. I'll try to see if the stock is going down. If it really goes down and if it gets rejected at this dashed lines, which is weekly EMA, then I'm happy. If after coming up and again, if it is getting rejected, then I'll try to lose. So actually in this, if at all a loss comes, I'll get a loss of 5 to 8%. I cannot even come out at cost to cost. Powermech is another good company. This has been a good profit. So from 570, it goes up to the R2 levels, an easy target. On mobile, another good stock. This is not a good stock just because I told. There is a battalion of people from another guru also, IK Small Caps. He has been buzzing this stock from very small levels of 40 or 30 levels. He's an incredible guy, but I seriously don't take a blind calls from anyone, but I try to learn something from them. So even I got a best yellow entry, pivot entry. You see, Jarvis doesn't give a call anywhere in middle. It gives only at the perfect entries. He will give only at the perfect times where the stock has something to buzz. The stock will come only when the stock has potential to buzz. And you concentrate only on pivot, best yellow, CPR, not on this one yellow or yellow. One yellow are, I'm trying to make it automation. That's the reason they come. They are only for my eyes so that one day I can actually make a pattern out of it. There's also one good stock which I couldn't get in, and I don't even mind if I don't get in. And the stock actually buzzed from the time I have told, just because there has been a consolidation, right? And some people might call this as a flag and pole also, but this is a different method. NAM India, I have actually bought it and I have sold it also. I have some free shares from this stock, and beyond that free shares, I have put money, and when the stock actually came back, I actually sold it off. I don't know if Simar or Abhi remembers this. MRPL is another good stock. No entry, but this has been a very, this has been another good stock, and this has gone up only because it is fighting on the weekly levels also. So these are the times when I have to enter. What do you say, that aggressively? I have not to wait for pullback, because already a big pullback has come already. But just because I'm not in front of EOD screens, I'm not doing it. Simar is actually managing my portfolio. I try to tell him stocks like this. I actually make a list like this, a big list, and out of this I'll delete them, and then I'll tell him some levels. So there is another group where I'll tell him levels of where to put buy orders in clients' portfolios and in mine and his and Abhi's, all the portfolios which I actually know. And accordingly, he will actually do all the ups and downs. I'm only concentrating on intraday now. All right, this has been another good entry. So like this, we always try to wait. This is not a good entry. The entry will be actually 160. We missed already this. There will be, some things will miss, for a better things only. So this one, there has been a pullback. It went up to R2 also, and this is enough for me. I'm ready to buy again also. So it has hit the target. It came back again for me to buy. I'm happy to buy again also. All right. So in this way, we will try to keep on making changes. Or if you are a person who says, I'm a long-term guy, I don't want to do trading, or it's against your Warren Buffett's or your principles, all you can do is Jarvis always gives best entries, but best entries come with a huge stop loss. If at all you want to hold this stock for next, say, 1 year or 2 years, if it is for 1 year, keep a stop loss of 35%. If it is for 6 months or something, then put a stop loss of at least 20% or 15%. That is how you actually hold to a long-term stock. The stock you want to enter for a long time. Even if you enter here, really it doesn't matter. You can actually forget this, do your work. Why? The stock can come down. It is the nature of the stock. Even if it comes down, it doesn't matter. The reasons which you had, the confidence which you had here for this stock to buy at 3690, when the stock dipped to previous levels, you need to have the same confidence. You're not supposed to get scared and ask someone, you are at loss, what should you do? You should actually buy more, because you had some confidence here. That is what you need to do, right? So if you have a huge confidence, even when Jarvis gives calls, what you need to do is you have to keep a 15 or 20% of stop loss. There are, fixed stop losses defined for Jarvis as well. So you need to keep, for you have to keep a huge stop loss. Why I give targets like MR2 or S1 or S2 or something for you people like 15%, because I don't want a huge loss in your account. And later you don't go to someone and tell, because of Sahavir or Jarvis, I lost huge money. That's the reason I keep a cap for your capital. If it goes down by 15%, just lose the stock, because tomorrow I don't want a scolding from you that because of you I lost my capital. That's the only reason. But if it is my personal game, or if Simar comes and tells me what should I do, the stock is going down by 20%, my game will be different. Recently, Sagnik has asked me that he has a loss, he has covered it. I asked him to wait because he is in touch with me. So there are different games for everyone. Just because I told you lose the stock at R2, it doesn't mean that I don't have confidence on the stock. But this is how you can actually make a consistent money. Wait for a calls or wait for a pullback, buy it when it goes up, so that you make a consistent money. Right? There's another stock. This has been buzzing in many stocks, groups, WhatsApp group, Telegram groups and all. That is because on weekly candles it is making a retest and going up. See here, it went up to R1, where came up to EMA 21, went up again, touched EMA 21, and it is buzzing. This is not buzzing because some hammer formed or something formed in daily candles. It is buzzing for different reasons of weekly candles. All right, and this is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this could be a 7th theory of one of my friends is trying to form a pattern, so it could be a 7th theory as well. But this is like, it is doing something in weekly. That's the reason the stock has gone up. That's the reason I always keep weekly chart here. I mean, sometimes MR2, sometimes a high point, sometimes a big, it changes because I know all those things here and there. All right. I don't want to confuse now with all so many theories, but this session has been actually taken up only to prove you that whatever call comes. Recently, I don't remember his name. So he's from Mumbai. He's one good friend. He has called for this thing like paid versions, but instead of paid versions, take this free calls which is given every month. Wait for a pullback. Out of 50 stocks, even if 10 or 20 stocks will come to your pullback, and if it goes up, you'll be happy. And this month has been good, not because Jarvis gave, but because Nifty has been hitting fresh highs. That also you should remember. Understood? Now the stock went beyond R2, and then you might be changing my phenomenon of not booking at R2 levels and say, no, it has gone beyond R2. Why should I lose it? And next month you take Jarvis calls, it goes up to R2, but you will not book profits. Then the stock will come back down below your buying levels. And then you might be wondering what the hell happened. That is because this month has been doing Nifty fresh highs. Next month, Nifty could go down also, or it can do a retracement also. Just because, so every time a stock does, there will be several factors like global factors, economic factors, oil price, someone bombarded. Now, sugar stocks are in a buzz because Brazilian monsoon is not good. There are many reasons which happens for a reason. Sugar stocks, Andhra Sugar, Uttam Sugar, we have given so many stocks in the last month because yesterday I got a news that it was because of a Brazilian monsoon, and now they are asking retailers to buy. But it is not wise to buy now after the news has been printed. They are asking you to come because the stock already went up by 30-40% and they want to get out. How they will get out? When you put your 2% of your capital, 2% of your beautiful allocation out of your entire portfolio, right? So we have to do, keep a form of fixed rules, and you have to stick to them, because you never know what happens tomorrow. Next month it could be disastrous, it can be anything. So just for that, what we need to do, we have to wait for a pullback, exit at particular levels, keep your profits, let it do anything. If it comes to pullback, whatever principal you kept here, you can buy again here. In that way, you can actually keep on changing your modules, but you have to keep on booking your profits as well. But wait for pullbacks after the call is given. So this stock has went up. The stock may have come here or here. I don't know. The stock might have come here 350. From 350, the stock went up to 420, which is almost 20%. But I can't just, clap for this stock just because I told the stock went up to 420, because it has neither given a chance to Simar or Abhi or me or anyone, not even Sam's account. No one's account it has given. So there's no point in boasting about this stock just because Jarvis told the stock went up, because it didn't come down. And it's okay if it doesn't come down, because out of all these stocks, somewhere you will get a stock which comes down like this. The stock will come down like this, went up to almost R2 and then came back. It didn't touch R2, so I'm happy to leave at R1 also. And once it comes back to these levels are beautiful. Okay, not these levels, because previously also it tested the previous highs. Or like, if at all you didn't exit at this particular point, even now you need not even lose, because the stock has some potential. Let's see if it has potential. Maybe there are some exiting hands, but still you can actually hold and try. All right, SHK, another good stock, no entry. Divis Lab, no entry. This is a boring stock actually. Rama Steel, entry, and we are actually waiting. Nelcast, entry, no entry. So like this, out of this, even 20-30% comes back, you will be happy. Let it come back, then only take an entry. Or if the stock buzzes beyond our buying price but takes a consolidation, then also you can enter, but not when the stock is going high. Sometimes I tell next day morning before 10 o'clock you have to buy. Sometimes I feel like I seriously, I can't frame it as a reasoning also, where I can tell why. Sometimes I feel like I'll see the stock and I'll see, okay, it has done enough of retest, it has done everything, the stock will burst. I think ATFL was recent one. No, not ATFL. This was a favorite stock of one of my friend Santosh from Hyderabad. He's a very good stock picker. I don't know what's Bajaj Healthcare BSE code. Anyone knows what is Bajaj Healthcare BSE code? So Bajaj Healthcare, there has been a consolidation phase where I told I told Simar like Bajaj Healthcare could go up. One second, I'm searching in this Bajaj Healthcare. I just want to show you how I get an eye if the stock will actually go up or not. BSE code 539872. See here, the stock came down. I saw the stock here. All right. I saw the stock exactly on this particular day. I was lucky, by the way. I was looking a previous day chart. Not I was looking the chart on this day, but on the previous day. So I saw this and I knew the stock will bust. The next day, no matter what, before 10 o'clock, I'll buy this stock, because the stock has already run a lot. You can make a pole and flag whatever you want. You can draw descending, ascending, whatever triangles you want. But the stock has actually gone down. It has been retesting this particular level. The stock is not ready to go down below this price, and there has been a beautiful hammer here. And next day I really want to buy this stock. These are the only times when I don't really wait for a pullback. But if at all you consistently, or if at all I give you consistent calls, the stock has been on a buzz from 450 levels, man. From 460 levels, Jarvis has been telling to buy 460 level. Don't see this one LO, only the PV and STPV. So the Jarvis told to buy at 450, 67 levels, and the Jarvis again has told the stock to buy at 511 levels. So if we make a consistent buys as per Jarvis, this will be like, you will book a profit, then you will exit, you will enter the second parcel of your money. So this is how I actually try to see. Sometimes I told once IRCTC as well. I don't even remember what all stocks I told and which bust on the next day. Previously here, I think I told here that the stock will go up, right? This because there were 3 calls, Best Yellow, PV, and some other call. Three calls were coming by Jarvis, and this is the day when I told. You can see in my iTimes group also. I told on this day, and the next day the stock bust. Some people will say, oh, the stock bust already, the stock will go up and might buy somewhere here, but I'll actually try to exit here, right? I don't want to even buy, or I'll wait for a pullback, I'll enter again, whatever buzzes and tests, retests, and then goes, there will be a huge profit. But if the stock goes like this in 1 2 3 candles, I'm not happy. I don't even want that, even if it gives me 50% returns. Adani groups are beyond technicals, so I cannot even make a reason out of Adani groups. That stock actually went up like crazy because there are many hands in that. So except that Adani, other stocks I can actually make reasons out of Jarvis, right? So
Adanis are wild horses.
yeah, they are wild horses. It is like, you know, you have to get into a like running Mumbai train. You might be a hero or a zero. It's all,
Very
you
true.
know, it's a running train. Just get into it. If you are lucky enough, you will get it. Hardly there were times where, you know, you got a best entry. Adani Power was the one which we had a best entry of 55 levels. I think Abhi was the one who was fighting with that. And that has given him the best experience of exiting a stock at the first
Yes,
early
yes,
days.
yes.
So that was the only stock. So like this, whatever stock goes up, retraces back, we will enter. If it doesn't retrace, or if it is going under consolidation, then only we will enter. Otherwise, no, right? And some people might tell it might go above R2. So why should I lose this stock? And this is the, you know, beautiful example of why you should actually book your profits, right? So this stock is coming back. So you never know which stock will come back, which stock will not come back. That's the reason. Fine Organics was the one someone has talked, should I enter? I told Simmer is the best one to tell you, and see the stock is coming down. So there is no point of entering some stock just because the stock already went up. You are supposed to enter somewhere here, not here, right? That is all I can say. There are some other stocks also which I really wanted, but this has already been more than 30 minutes or 40 minutes, so we need not talk, right? ADFL, I think ADFL was also the one more stock which I actually told the stock will buzz. So the stock went up the next day, but the same after a few days, the stock is coming down, right? But I'm happy with this stock because as long as it is holding above 957 levels, it is good. Ours, it has been a laggard stock because maybe, you know, as many people are speaking, the finance sector might hit because of COVID. I don't know why this one stock is actually not. Is the young kid here? Let me see once. Who is iPhone? iPhone, Redmi, seriously. Siddhant is here? No, I guess. See, Concor is one seriously stupid stock. I kept this stock at 550. I don't know why I kept it 550, but you know, God has not written the stock in my name. It came literally 2 points above my GTT order, and then the stock went up 634. It didn't even give me an entry, man. I have some free shares on this, I guess. LTTS, LTI. I remember someone talked about this stock, LTTS and LTI. Should I buy? I told after of LTTS and LTI, only LTI was looking good because I'm happy to buy at this, you know, low risk levels than at the high prices. So if it comes to low risk by God's grace, then I'm happy. Even if the stock, you know, this seems like the stock will come back down again, but I'm happy here. Like buy it here, let it go up, come down. Few bugs of security transaction tax, GST, CST. I don't know what. I don't mind losing some 300 bucks on this particular stock, but I can't buy here and then, you know, have a heart attack somewhere here. Not heart attack, but I don't want to have that pain of, you know, waiting when it will go up or asking someone or something. So in this way, some stocks, NB Ventures, this came on May 2nd, but I cannot enter unless the on the May 2nd. What is this? May 2nd. This is May 2nd. Okay, May 2nd was the same day. Like seeing this candle, I gave a call on May 2nd, which might be Sunday or something. But my usual entry point of GTT will be around 76 only. I don't mind if the stock goes up or not. I really don't care. But my price will be. Alembic was another good stock where we actually told that it will buzz from 99, and I'm happy here. Some people were asking to buy at 138, 140 rupees. Doesn't make sense. Let the stock fall down. Doesn't make sense unless there is a consolidation or something. Safari, we are actually holding it. Adani Ports, this stock will buzz. Bharti Airtel, I don't know. This is at a weekly levels, so it might take longer time than we expect. But one day this will definitely go up. Aries, we already know. Arvind, we already know. Laurus Labs, I really have some confidence on this stock that it will go up. Ramki is another one. Good stock, gave an entry, went up. See here, even the stock didn't come down. Like, you know, it actually retested and then went up. So in this way, if at all you follow, keep on following, and you keep a GTT order for the tomorrow, you can actually make some good money in this. TV Today is one good stock. Bal Pharma is also one good stock. We were telling here, if really guys remember, Bal Pharma, we spoke around at 60 levels, and someone was talking at 110, 120 levels. This was only for those who actually booked profits here. Out of the profits which we have, we can do anything. We can take any risk, but not with the fresh capital. But luckily, our stop loss, I don't know what I told him, 96 levels or 86 levels. It came down and then started to go up. It has some resistance, but let's see what it will do for them. Nifty Metal is one more stock, which that's why I was asking if Siddhant is here. There was a reason why there was a one good reason why Tata Steel or JSW Steel was buzzing very early. You know, this is an RS indicator which you don't get in too many. This is not a free indicator actually. So there was a reason why they were actually buzzing, Tata Steel or JSW Steel or SAIL. After the stock already went up by almost 50%, now the metals and the metal sectors are buzzing. But if you see almost every stock, they are actually weak. Just see the RS indicator. They are weak. Whenever the RS indicator is down, you know the stock will never go up, no matter what indicate, not no matter what hammers or patterns or flag and pole or whatever is there. Usually the stock will not buzz. The stock only will go up, touch something, and then come down again, because there is no strength. The strength should be defined by one or the other indicator. And just because JSW Steel, Tata Steel and SAIL went up, I'm not really full confident on the metal sector this time. But still, I will take only some stocks which are at the weekly levels. Like, you know, I don't mind picking this stock at this level or at 350, 360 levels. So if it is buzzing, if many people are buzzing, I know if the sector is buzzing, I know that there will be many orders which are yet to come. So if there are many buy orders yet to come, why will I, why will I not enter that momentum? So there are only some stocks, like, you know, even this Ratnamani, Wellcorp, there are only very few stocks that I'll actually enter. And the others ones, no matter what, even if they go up by 40-50%, I'll really not enter. And whatever we went through till now, if anyone has any doubt, I don't think this has been a only one way traffic, one way.
No, no, nothing. I think it has come smoothly to me.
Okay. And the other guys, I just tell me what's the name, who is this iPhone?
No, I don't know.
Any other this iPhone, and then another Redmi phone is there. I just want to know your
iPhone myself, Dr. Patro.
Come again, I couldn't hear.
iPhone myself, Dr. Sudhanshu Patro.
Sudhanshu sir. Okay. Hi. Are you have
Hi,
been
how are
there
you?
in my group from very long time here. Thanks for being part of this group. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm a silent observer of your group.
That's good. See, being silent is much better than actually, yelling with making noise and all. That's actually that they actually have a long term growth. And who is Redmi?
Redmi is Rishikesh, sir.
Gupta. I'm sorry, I didn't get your full name.
Rishikesh, sir.
Rishikesh. Okay. Hi, Rishikesh. Yeah, done. So I've been taking your name also in this. Okay. So this is how we actually do. If at all you are following this calls or something, and this is how we will actually follow. And whatever we do, we will do with an analysis. We will do some back test, and then only we will do. Some stocks might not give an entry, but it is still fine. But we will just, keep on going forward. Globus has been one good stock given by Himanshu sir. This Globus Spirits. This is beautiful stock actually. This is beautiful stock because there has been a accumulation zone for literally 3 months. So this usually targets are not like 380 or something, right? This stock has actually more targets. This stock can even go up to 412 levels. It will be so about 20-25%. So I'll not stick to just 360 or 380. I'll enter if the stock comes back to only 327 or 323, like 322 to 330 levels. I'll enter, and I'll keep this stock for a long time because my stop loss is also huge in this. Even if I enter at 320, I'll keep a stop loss still here, 284. I don't mind. If at 284, if it does consolidation, I'll buy again another parcel. So I'll wait for this stock because there is a huge accumulation. If at all the stock has potential to go up, the stock has potential to go beyond this 410 levels. But I'll never, restrict myself to actually book the profits also, unless I don't see that the journey is smooth. If the journey is smooth, it is fine for me. But if the journey is not smooth, then if the stock goes up in only just one or two candles, then I'll just leave the stock. But if it goes very smooth, then I'll see how the momentum is playing, and accordingly I will book profits or not, right? And if you can see the RS, this is an automatic line. I don't have this much time to actually draw trend lines and all. That's the reason I don't draw trend lines in price also. So this is this is the first time, I mean, this is the second time actually the stock is trying to come up, and also the stock has taken a supported 50 levels. So as long as the RSI is above 50 on a weekly basis, I'm glad to buy this. I mean, even if the stock comes down little like this, I'm ready to buy. And then again, the stock has to go up smoothly. All right. So this resistance line, I don't know if it has broken, but because there is no strength in this, and looking at the volumes, I'm sure the stock will come back to 314 levels also. So even if it comes down, I don't mind, because that 3 months of accumulation, I can't take it light. Maybe enough accumulation didn't happen. That's why you can't see the strength in the weekly candle. But eventually it has to go up. Even if it doesn't go up, the probability play will work out. And this stock has to, trust me, it has to go beyond 420 levels. I don't know what is the 420. I seriously don't know what is the R2 of this. Okay. But the targets are beyond this, because I can see previous year also there has been a consolidation. It has been a fresh breakout. There is a retest. Then now if it goes up, it will go only beyond this level, because the main resistance is this, not this. This has been only the weak hand entry. There has been a sudden burst just because of news or something after a good amount of consolidation. And then, there has been no fresh buys. Buy orders have dried out. That's the reason stock has come down. Then this smart assets will again enter again here. And this will, because of the huge accumulation, the chances are that it might go very huge. All right. And that too, it's a hope and a probability game only. I can't be sure that it will definitely go or not. All right. So we will just pack it up. If at all anyone has something to say, where do you see Dixon? Okay.
I really want to thank you, Shavi, for grabbing this opportunity and allowing me to attend this seminar.
Yeah.
It is, your calls are always a learning point for me.
Thank you, sir. Actually, just because I'm doing some other things, I'm not able to completely sit on this. I wish I had time, but thing is, like, I always think of my times with family or ship. So I've been doing some other thing, and that's the reason I'm not to be able to stay with you for full time. But I seriously wish I could actually.
I understand. You are juggling so many things.
Too many
and
things.
You are really truly an inspiring person for me. And that's why I call you my mentor.
Thank you, sir. This is Dixon. Dixon is good actually. It is going under a good consolidation. I can't see a pivot level. I don't think I can see pivot levels in this. I rarely see this. Only when I do some back test, I actually see charting charts. Otherwise, I don't see this. Pivot, no. I don't think they give pivot. Okay, they don't give pivot. I don't know the targets, guys, from this, and I can't tell targets from. Okay, you can't see the chart now, no? The one which I'm seeing now. You can see. One second, I'll change the share. Now you can see the chart. I think you can see the charting chart, Dixon.
Yes.
Okay. So this has been a good consolidation, and trust me, Dixon has good fundamentals. It has huge fundamentals, and the stock has been taking a good consolidation. Keep huge stop losses, or you don't keep a stop loss. Just keep buying, because since last 3 weeks, if there is a burst on the upside, it will come a huge one. Because this is one secret of me. They're crushing the sellers here. They're not allowing the sellers to take strength also. but even buyers are not there because maybe buyers are not full, or there will be more buying or something, but for some reason they're not doing it. But every dip, Dixon is something where you can buy. Dixon is actually making too many amendments. They will do a much better ones in the future actually. Even on a monthly basis, it is not weak. So you can actually buy this stock. You can buy it up to 3716, even up to 300 and 3500. Till 3500 you can keep on buying. This is approximately what, 10% of movement from this particular 3930 till 3500. You can keep on buying the stock. If at all the stock comes to 3500, and if it goes up and if it shows weakness, then only we will try to lose. Otherwise the stock has only one way to go. See, whatever you're seeing here, no, yeah, this is the same of like this, you see here. So this is nothing but another kind of retracement. Already, enough retracement has been done here. It has evolved out, it has retested again. Now that stock is trying to go up, but for some reason it is not going up. I think this has got something to do with silicon conductors or something also. Right, I seriously forgot about this stock, because I don't seriously track a stock like I'm stalking a girl or something, because once I know the fundamentals are strong, I know the fundamentals will be strong for the next 1 year. So there is no point in reading the stock again and again or changing your view again and again. Unless it is not a quarterly update, you need not change your view on a stock. So once someone whom I trust, like say Himanshu sir or any sir, Sudhanshu sir, if at all I know their system, like Santosh from Hyderabad, if he comes with a stock for me that see, this Bajaj Healthcare is good, once he says it is good, I trust him and I'll say it is good. Now I'll try to strike with my technical analysis. I believe that the stock is good because it is under buzz in many mouths, and I'll try to enter with technical view. I need not again waste my time in searching for a stock news, going into trend lines, website. I don't know what all websites came now. So there's no point of wasting in time in finding out the stock is good or not. If the stock is buzzing in lakhs of mouths, for sure at least some 10 lakh orders are waiting for you. So why should you again waste your time again in drilling the stock? So Dixon, I really don't know what is buzzing now. I know only one thing related to this is that the silicon conductors which are being used in every electronic product, their production has gone down. There is a scarcity of the input. So for sure short reasons, the stock, it will go up. Those prices will go up. Maybe because raw material price is up, the stock has undergoing consolidation, or I don't know what is the reason, but this stock has huge potential to actually go beyond any values. All right, so this is my view on Dixon. Keep on entering as much as you can, and thanks for this, because I'll tell Simar also to actually buy this stock, right? Suman has told me the stock when the stock was here, somewhere around 450 levels. I didn't really read about the stock, but the only point is that I didn't actually track the stock. That's the reason I couldn't buy. That time I told that the stock is under a weekly trend. I really don't want to buy when the entire week is down. I just wanted the stock to come up out of those weak hands, just show the which side the strength is. All right, so that is the reason I didn't buy it. But he's a beautiful picker actually. He's not there in this class for some reason. All right, any other stock which you want, you can tell directly here instead of chat. I really don't see chat much. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you here. Any other? No. The most important thing is, like, I really don't like free ones, or I don't like many people to attend, because they're so selfish that they mind about their own portfolio more than the teaching. I'll talk for 1 hour, my throat is off. I had a tea in between which was like already gone cold, and I'll get a throat pain for 1 hour or 2 hours. And after hearing everything, they'll leave all the learning part, and they'll say where this, like, I have a holding in the stock, where it will go down or it will go up. That is all they bother about, and that's the reason I don't keep on giving suggestions or something. It's good that no one has given a stock name, what to do with my portfolio. I'm very happy, because you people are someone who are, like, you are fighters. You want to learn the art, practice it, and try to fight by yourselves, which is a very good quality. And I totally admire the ones who have actually joined this. All right, let's take it off now.
Savir, myself Ramna.
Yeah, Ramana, hi.
Yeah, thanks for this wonderful session. And on a lighter note, if you can share something on how your team is doing, your team size, and how it is working for you guys. On a lighter note, if you can share some.
Oh, you want to share, you want to view, like you want to know how the team is doing.
Yeah.
So
How your team is doing. Yeah.
see, there are some executors who actually do. He's managing some 4 or 5 portfolios. I really don't look at that portfolio every day or every week or something. I just enter when the stock is very bad, if it is going down or something. And the team is actually doing good. I mean, now I'm mainly concentrated on direct execution, direct earning from the stock market, making reports. They were actually taking huge time of us, making a report for free for other people who really don't care. We stopped those services, free services, because the team which I have, very small in this corona time. Some people are busy in their own things, some are giving exams, some are having corona problems. There were many things, and out of that also portfolio is doing good. Portfolio is entirely handled by Simar, and that's the reason he never talks in this thing. In fact, I was the one who actually gave that thing. I told you should never talk to anyone about any stock. You should not waste single minute. And now he's so much used to. I am telling him, please do tell what stocks you are buying for the other sake, but he's not ready for that. Also, he's like, he's completely into it. Portfolios, as in green or red, they are doing absolutely in green. They always make 10-15% of profits and all. And about the research side, on the fundamental side, you know that I'm not making any YouTube video, because unless I don't read something on a fundamental side, I cannot give in YouTube, because YouTube is a platform where I speak for once, like this stock, like whatever the stock is, Bajaj Healthcare. I'll speak that the Bajaj Healthcare is very good at this particular time, or maybe at this particular moment of time, someone will buy here and the stock will go down. It will be a huge loss for them. That unless I don't feel that the stock will only go up from now on, like Deepak Nitrite or Affle or Balaji Amines, I don't come up with YouTube. From the research side, my team has actually failed. Even in fact, I failed, because it's not failing, but time constraints are there, because they're absolute young chaps. They are not like me, 30-32 years old. They're 22-23 years. They have their own things. They have to prove in the real world also. They have to get a job also. So on the research side, we have failed as a team. But on the coding side or on the execution side, in terms of buying, we are actually doing good. In fact, Simar is telling that it is becoming too hard for him, that he cannot take a new accounts, because almost 40 stocks are there in which he has to manage by as a single person, like alone. He has to manage about 40 stocks, and it's very hard to remember the values or keep on changing. Sometimes there are times when I call him and I scold him that I told this value, why didn't you put? Out of many reasons, he actually forgets 1 or 2 stocks. But still, as in whole, he is always good. He is performing well in the portfolio side, but sometimes I keep on scolding for some other strange reasons. But we are not able to provide a research, or we are not able to pick we are not able to give a multi-bagger pick for the next 1 year, 2 years. That is how we failed. But on the execution side, it is going wonderful. Anything else? Thanks for all your time. Someone has come in, so I will leave. Okay, done. Himanshu sir has gone. Anything else? Ramana, I think I have answered you here. I mean, if you're looking for some particular answer, you can actually ask again.
No. I just no. Just wanted to hear
because
from you
these are
on
too
your
many
personal
GTT
thing.
orders. So what he has to do is, like, I'll give, if you see his this thing, there is another group where I keep on telling him values. He's just now, I don't know if you can see this or not, because I'll be giving this anyway. So I'll just show you. You can see the Telegram, I think now, right? You can see Telegram, no?
Yeah, we can see.
So like this is only very few stocks which I've actually given. So like this, I keep on giving him values, and he will keep on keeping GTT orders. So like this, we keep on changing and some stocks will not come. So if at all I'm giving here 15, 20 stocks, maybe, 5 stocks or 6 stocks will come in, and previous calls will be there. So like that it is going. But all we can do is like, we are just trying to push as much as we can. We are trying to squeeze money as much as we can. And if at all I can make all this automation, like even with Simmer's involvement very small, I'll be very happy actually. I'll be very happy for that. If at all I can make it. Done. Anything else? Oh, if you add a descending triangle to it, you will see the breakout. Oh my beautiful. Done. And Global Spirits is one good stock which you can actually buy. Just because you are in the free ones, I have, it's better. It's good that I have to give you one good gift. This we got luckily, actually, unexpectedly we got this. All right, guys. See you. I'm just stopping. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Good evening, sir. Good evening. Thank you so much for your time. Sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
See you.